welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys out there are having a great day. I know I'm having a really retrospective type of day. Like I'm having a really the last few days have just been straight cold outreach and not a lot of focus on email marketing or anything like that. And now it's the complete opposite. I'm only focused on email marketing because of all the things that cold outreach has brought, with clients and all that. And now I have to figure out and sort my day out more and more. But yeah, it's weird to think that maybe there will be a time when all of this will somehow be so expanded, and I'll still be doing these things, but it'll be so expanded and so large that it'll actually be like a full-fledged company. It's weird for me to think because I feel like it's coming, and not just spiritually. Literally, when I look at my list of people, I'm like, if I can get to 10,000, and whoever's buying and whoever's not buying, you know what I mean? The amount of customers or clients that I really have through it, it's going to be an interesting ride. I'll tell you that. And I'm glad that you guys are tuning into it because I have no idea where it's really going to lead. I just have an idea and I have a goal and I have a plan. But on a day-to-day basis, on a month-to-month basis, no idea what's going to happen first and what's going to be the thing that leads me to either success or insanity. If you don't know, if you're new to the channel, I'm a 19-year-old entrepreneur businessman who has an e-commerce business and is selling beats to rappers. So a real professional business. No, but it really is so awesome having to do this. It really is I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to get really good at this because a lot of my teenage years from ages 15 to now I'm 19, has been just me trying to figure out a way to contort this business into something tangible. And now that it is something tangible and I found out something that's really hopefully can make a lot of money and can help me achieve goals that now I see far more clear, that's amazing. Like I said, I'm glad to have had the opportunity. I'm glad I didn't just shift off into a different road. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people out there, I don't want to generalize, but a lot of people I've met, I think they blame themselves for that a little too much. I think I used to a lot. I used to blame myself a lot for being, the best or having the opportunity in the first place. Was not me, right? It was luck to a certain extent. To a certain extent, of course, it was me, but the whole idea that I'm even here doing this and I have the opportunity to do this on a grand perspective, I feel like it's luck. I think it's luck. Even more importantly, I think it's luck. And today's a bit of a break day. Not really. I still get my 8 hours, maybe even 9 hours. I don't know if I'm going to push it, but I get, it is some sort of a contorted break day because I have something to do after this, whereas usually I don't have anything to do. And I just consume a lot of things that I've been meaning to consume in terms of TV or work out, and I still probably work out today, but yeah, I have something else that I'm doing. I'm actually leaving the house, you know what I mean? Which is exciting. And tomorrow should be crazy break time. Tomorrow should be, I might get 3 hours tops doing this. So that'll be a little nerve-wracking because I'm like, where am I gonna, it's am I gonna screw things up? Because I might just go straight 3 hours. The hardest part is you guys, doing this for you guys. Not really the cold outreach. I can just hold that off. But in terms of this, straight up producing, I think I have to do that. I think screw cold outreach, do an hour of producing and 2 hours of this for the next 2 days. It's kind of like my weekend. Friday and Saturday are going to be my weekend. But Thursday, if you guys don't know, Thursday for me is my email day. That's when I send out my emails. That's when I get all my list of people who are on the emails, try to figure it out, whose name is what. And I think I'm at 30 people now. 30 people on my list, right? And it's my third ironically, I keep gaining 10 people every week. Hopefully it starts to get to crazy numbers. But for now, it's 10 people every week. My first week, I think it was 12. I can't really remember. I think it was 12. And then, or 15, somewhere there. Second week was, I think, 23. Not 23, more people. In total, 23, so probably like 11, 12 people. And today was like 8 or 9. So hopefully the weeks just keep getting better and better. They are statistically getting lower. But I'm contacting a lot more people and then recontacting a lot more people that are answering, which is really, really cool. And unexpected. Usually it's not how it works. Usually I don't. Usually, like, I feel like if I follow up with somebody in real life, that doesn't have to do with the business transaction, they never answer on the follow-up. Like, the follow-up is just useless. Now I'm like, I'm going to do follow-ups my whole life now. Now I'm going to do my first message anytime I'll DM someone now. Next time I slide into the DMs. I'm joking. I don't do that. But, okay, so I'm going to move on right now. I'm going to move on to cold outreach. Around 2 hours, probably like an hour and a half, maybe even 1 hour because I have to edit a video. And then I'll see you guys after that and after I make beats around halfway through the day. So see you there. I just finished pretty much everything that's difficult for the rest of the day. So now I'm just here. I'm chilling. I do have to go help some people out for my family in like 20 minutes, I think. So that's going to be, that's not going to be great. But in terms of hours, that's not going to be great. But, in terms of helping, I'll do it. And I do want to cut it short today because yesterday I worked out right after I was done with work. Perfect. Ended up being nice, clean, nice workout. I still think I can get everything done, which is interesting. I don't know exactly how I'm going to get everything done. I think right after this, I'm going to edit a podcast. And when that's loading, I'll help out and then come back. So that'll be weird, but otherwise, like in terms of what I was doing, the email sending people their DMs from the emails have been working out great. It's all working out. It's all coming together, which is great. There's this song in a musical called Sunday in the Park with George called Putting It Together. And that's how today felt. It felt like I was putting it together, whereas other days, it's like I don't have anything to do. I'm building from scratch. This is like covering up all that scrap paper I was writing on. You know what I mean? It's like I have to cover that all up. You know what I mean? Dot my T's, make sure everything's perfect. Dot my T's, cross my T's. And make sure everything's great, I think I've entered a time when... a weird area every day this week, like every Thursday, where I get like, I have to put out a bunch. I have to be worried and stressed, but it's actually not that hard. Today was like this, today's Thursday, and this Thursday just felt like super chill and super like, just get it done precisely. And something I actually did not mention in the last video, I meant to mention, today should be podcast number 26 for you guys, or 25. I don't quite remember, but one of those, it's for you guys. Today is the 25th of January, though, as I'm filming this, and that marks 25 days in a row, pretty much for me. So that's pretty awesome, and we're 25 days into the year. It took a nice little quarter, you know what I mean? 25 cents, it's a nice little idea that all I have to do is do this 4 times and the weather will be different. It won't be a lot different, but it'll be, just enough. And, seeing into the future has helped me a lot in terms of like day one being like, listen, just keep going, think about the future. But these days, I think a lot of it is so present. Like I was watching Theo Von talk to this guy who's a near-death experience expert, and he was talking to Theo Von, and I was just so present in that podcast while messaging. It was so perfect. I was not even thinking about time. I barely even looked at my clock. Today wasn't one of those days where I'm like, when's it going to be over? Is it over yet? Is it over? Are we there yet? You know what I mean? Like those vibes. It really wasn't. It was more of me just experiencing it. and it didn't suck. No, it actually was pretty awesome. All right, so I'm going to go edit this podcast, and I'm going to see you guys after I'm done with everything I have to do for the day. See you there. I just finished everything I have to do for the rest of the day. Yes. That's exciting, you know. I'm glad, obviously. I'm happy to have done it. I'm happy to have you guys along the ride, you know. It's the end of halfway, if that makes sense. Like from here on out, I'm pushing into trying to get to day 50 and then day 100, you know? Like these are pretty massive. You know, you don't think about it like that. And I don't think about it like that, but it is really massive and it can get really top heavy. I said this last time, but if I could do 25 days, then I could do 50 days. If I could do 50 days, I could do 100 days. If I could do 100 days, I could do 200. If I could do a year, I could do, right? You keep going, and you're like, I could do decades. You know, and you create this proof. I think you guys out there, you guys really, I really hope that you see, and I hope I've articulated myself in these last 25 days, because, you know, it's a lot of episodes of YouTube that I put out, you know what I mean? A lot of podcast episodes, too, that I put out, and the last half hour to an hour that I've been doing, it was all video editing. It was all me just going at it, going hardcore. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I had to do something for my brother. It was only like 20 minutes, so I technically did 7 hours and 40 minutes. You know, a win's a win. It's a win. I've actually been waking up really early too, so I've been getting started really quickly, and my cardio's been great. I'm glad. Like everything's been better since day one. Where I was at day one is not where I am now. I am better now. Not substantially, but damn, like I said, a win's a win. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like it's not huge, but little progressions. These little steps that I took, these little moments, these little decisions where I decided to not be lazy, to not, you know, be somebody that just makes decisions off of their urges, and their next urge, they make that decision, and just following along with the illusion of enjoyment, or the illusion of satisfaction. You know, it's not real satisfaction. I don't like the way people use the word satisfaction sometimes, but in Atomic Habits, there's like the four cravings. I don't know exactly what to call it, but how to create a habit. It's like 4 steps pretty much. And the fourth one is actually make it satisfying, which is basically, to make it satisfying, you can write a list. Like what I'm doing right now, where you have your days and you cross off your days. Every single day you cross off, and whatever day you're on, you're excited to keep going. You know what I mean? And it's satisfying every single day when you cross it, and you're like, yes, it's a little satisfaction. And it's not satisfying when you don't. You feel pain. I felt pain when I think it was the 17th that I didn't work. And it sucked. 18th, we hopped right back into it. I think 19th or 20th, one of those days, I did 10 hours, which was nice. I got to get one of those days again, huh? 10 hours. 10 hours is not a great one. It's not fun. But the way how easy like 8 hours has been lately, I think I can. 8 hours has been, because once I get past the first 6, which is like ironically getting so easy at this point, getting past the first 6, like, or not easy, it's getting more. You know what I mean? Far more. It's far easier than it was when I started. When I started, 6 hours in the first place my head was just banging. I didn't want to bang my head against the wall. I was like, dude. And the amount of days, I mean, you guys were with me, the days that I was just like, you know what I mean? Like those days where I literally like would tell you how much hell this feels like, but how I got to keep going. And we're just going to keep going because that's what we do. And that's what people That's what people who are patient, they make patient decisions. People who are dedicated prove their dedication before just calling themselves a dedicated person or saying, counting themselves out as someone who will never be dedicated, and that's it. End of story. It's like, no. Maybe you can be dedicated. Even you guys. Like, you can just have the proof. Right? And if you're someone out there that's less fortunate than I am and can't do this whole business and can't, who am I to speak, right? I'm only 19. That's the reason why I'm doing this, is to create the proof for you guys. You guys literally see firsthand that I did all the work for the next 10 years. And then at the end of those 10 years and the end of those 5 years, whatever it's going to be, I'll look back and say, well, hey, guys, you have a bunch of content to look back on all these videos talking about the things that I went through and how I got there. So, yeah, that's my proof. That's why you could trust me. So, yeah, I really do hope it'll be helpful for you guys. I think it'll keep compounding and getting better as it goes on, So, I'm excited. I'm really excited. So, on that note, I'm going to end the YouTube episode here, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.